is over the 1,800 metres. It's the Premier Plate. And we have at the top of the book Southern Legend, Zach Purtney ran 5th in this race last year. Zach's ridden 2 from 4 on the horse. Columbus County back from 2,400 metres to 1,800 metres. Butterfield, a Group 3 winner 2 starts ago in the Queen Mother Memorial. Gear change on Time Warp. He gets the cheek pieces on for the first time. Helene Leading Star was runner-up in this race last year, and he'll carry 113 pounds for Jack Wong. We've got Reliable Team, a Go Forward Horse Charity Fun, and the last start, Happy Valley winner in Zar. And it looks as though, Tom, there's going to be a bit of early speed in this race with horses like Reliable Team and also Time Warp.
Yeah, and there's a gear change this time round to Mark as well with the Time Warp. The cheek pieces are going on for the first time, but he's not the same sort of horse that he was a few years ago, Time Warp. But he'll be up front. Reliable Team will be there somewhere as well. Paul, what about a horse like Zara? Is he likely to slide forward? Because he was quite handy last time out to avoid that 3-wide passage here. Yeah,
coming back to Sha Tin for Zara now is... for him, he hasn't really performed too much here, but he's only had the 5 starts. I wouldn't be surprised if he did go forward there. He wouldn't want to be caught wide. Charity Fun, see where he ends up as well. No one that doesn't like to be caught wide. We know Fast Most Furious be back. Horses like Helene Leading Star, has led in the past down at the bottom there. I don't know what he's going to do. And Playa del Puente, we saw him lead in the Derby as well. So it could be a little bit variable, this speed, Matt.
Yeah, potentially. Yes. So Southern Legend will be somewhere just positioned just behind the speed, I feel, Mark.
Well, we can find out a little bit more about Charity Fun and what Karis Teaton might do this week. We caught up with him at track work. Group racing for Charity Fun this week. Karis, he's a horse you know well.
Yeah, of course, it'd be nice to get on him back on again. You know, he's done well since the last time I rode him, so it's a good opportunity again.
Tell us about that trial a couple of weeks ago. You finished 3rd behind race rival Southern Legend, another horse you know well.
Yeah, of course, it was a nice trial for him. I like the way he was hitting the line. Of course, he's gonna be running against Southern Legend. That's seems like he's holding his form pretty well. He tried good last time, but you know, I'm very happy with my horse. He comes in the race with a lightweight, and I think he's the fresh blood on the scene.
That trial was over 1,600 metres. He looked like he took longer to pull up than any other horse in the race.
Yeah, that's him. You know, he only get goings in a pull-up. So, you know, of course, the 1,800, I believe, you know, is still good for him. He would prefer a bit longer, but saying that, the horse feels fresh, and with the lightweight, I think that's a big advantage.
2 gallops for him this week. You're on board for both. They both pleased?
Yeah, he felt really good. He's in good shape at the moment, so I'm very happy with his performance in the morning.
Early on in Hong Kong, he was ridden forward in his races, but lately we've seen him go back. Is that going to help that racing pattern with horses like Time Warp and Reliable Team in this week?
To be honest, I think he is a better horse to be ridden a bit quiet. I think his first start at the Valley where I rode him and he flew home to finish a good race. Then, of course, he was the better out of the horses he was running in Class 3 where he could be racing handy, and then he was winning his races pretty well. And I think now his racing pattern is to be sit in. I think this race could run his nice suitable pace, so I think it will suit him.
What do you make of his chances, Tom? Over 1,800 metres. Would you prefer him over further?
Would prefer him over further, but I still think he's in with a chance here, even though he's quite a way out of the handicaps for this particular contest. And didn't have all favours last time out either, because he was pretty much wide throughout without too much cover. But he was still game and defeat in the Queen Mother Memorial Cup, I thought, last time out. Yeah,
he won a good race, didn't he? He's a 3-time winner from his 6 starts here in Hong Kong. There is a couple of negatives there. I think that draw, it's where he's going to end up. He's going to get a little bit further back than he wants. You can see in this key race here, he's 3 wide on the pace. And if he goes forward, he's going to have to do something similar because Reliable Team and Time Warp are likely leaders. And look, he does meet Butterfield a lot worse off at the weights, and Butterfield did beat him last time.
This is the Queen Mother Memorial at Group 3, Tom. It was over 1.5 miles, and Butterfield getting that perfect run in behind the leader.
He certainly had that great run through there, and I think he's a chance here again as Butterfield. He's a 2-time course and distance winner. He pretty much raced next to Columbus County last time out in the Standard Chartered Champion and Chater Cup, and so I thought he stayed on well enough over the final stage. You can see him, he's popped off the rail there. From about the 800 metres, Charity Fun was able to get to the outside of Reliable Team here last time out in this particular contest. And I thought he stayed on quite well. Interesting that Alex Clyde picks up the ride this time round, but he'll give you a sight for a long way, though, Paul, will Reliable Team.
Yeah, he will. I think he's going to be in it for a long period. I agree with what you're saying about Butterfield, though, and he does meet Charity Fund £7 better. He only has to carry 115, does Butterfield. You can see Panfield in the white cap came out and won a Group 1 race after this as well. So the form doesn't look too bad.
Butterfield, a two-time winner over the 1,800 metres as well, so the drop back in distance is no concern for him. Next race is the Group 1, and there is Time Warp Paul. He led up towards the home turn, was quickly under pressure, comes back in trip. Columbus County, he runs second in the race. Yeah,
so look, a nice run, I thought, from Columbus County. Look, I've got him in on a very minor line, Columbus County, because I think the ultimate trip, he's a real stayer, this horse, and the further the better for him. Time Warp's just not the same horse anymore.
No, he had nothing to offer there at all. He was gone a long way from home at Time Warp, so I think you can put the pen through him. But Columbus County, he's going to give the favourite, if he's not the favourite, a good shake in this race, I feel, as Columbus County, the way he's been going. He'd certainly appreciate a lot further than what he's getting here over the 1,800 metres, because I think we see the best of him once he gets up to 2,000 metres plus.
Our final replay is from Happy Valley, and Zara's now one of the latest many track record or class record holders in Hong Kong. This was a track record, Tom, over the 1650. Can he take this form from Happy Valley and win a Group 3 at Sha Tin?
No, I'm going to say. He's way out of the handicaps here. I know he's Charity Fund's also out of the handicaps, but I think Charity Fund's got a little bit more class than Zara's got. It's a big step up here. I know that was a good win, but he was coming to the end of it, I felt, in that to run there, Paul, as well.
Yeah, and look, he's only rated 87, this horse. I think there's a future for him, but I don't see him in this race. I mean, he's up against horses like Southern Legend that are rated 125.
Andrew has been on the phone. He won't be talking to either of you from this point in. OK, so Zara's not in, Paul. Who do you like in this?
I think the class horse in the race is Southern Legend. He's been running very consistent races all season. The 1,800 metres, there's no problems for him. So he's on top. Charity Fund with that 113, as Tom says, though, he is out of the handicap. And Butterfield does meet him £7 better and did beat him last time as well. So not much between those two, 1, 9, 3, and then Columbus County in for fourth.
I've got the same four numbers, just in a slightly different order for the minors. It's sort of a race of two parts, really. We've got some seasoned handicappers that are in good form, some newcomers on the scene that are in form as well, but a few that are out of form as well. And I think Southern Legend, he's the class horse in this race. Zach Purton gets on well with him. Of course, we've seen him go across to Singapore and win there at Group 1 level on the domestic front, and he'll be tough to beat Southern Legend. His stablemate Columbus County will be right there. Charity Fund and Butterfield. So 1, 2, 9 and 3 for the Premier Plate.